The LPGA just handed Caitlin Clark millions, while Angel Reese is having a complete meltdown on social media. What started as a groundbreaking crossover deal has turned into the most savage rivalry in women's sports, and the latest developments from 2025 are absolutely shocking. Angel Reese just posted something so desperate that even her own fans are calling her out. And wait until you hear what Caitlin's response was. This isn't just about golf anymore. This is about two athletes headed in completely opposite directions, and one of them is spiraling out of control. Let me paint you the full picture here, because what's happening right now in 2025 is unprecedented. Caitlin Clark, despite missing several games this season due to injury, just secured one of the biggest cross-sport partnerships in women's sports history. We're talking about a deal worth between $6 and $8 million over 2 years with the LPGA, including massive endorsement tie-ins with Nike Golf. But here's what nobody's talking about. This deal was actually negotiated while she was recovering from her injury, meaning she literally closed millions while sitting on the bench. Meanwhile, Angel Reese has been posting cryptic messages all week, including one that said, "I can play golf too," followed by 3 laughing emojis. The timing couldn't be more obvious, but that wasn't the whole story. Sources close to the situation are now revealing that Reese actually tried to get her own golf deal first. Yeah, you heard that right. Before Caitlin's announcement, Angel's team reportedly reached out to multiple golf organizations trying to secure a similar partnership. The response? Complete silence. Not a single callback. And when the LPGA announced Caitlin's deal, Reese's management team was apparently furious. One insider described it as watching someone realize they're not the main character anymore. The jealousy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. What makes this even more brutal is the timing. While Caitlin has been recovering and still making headlines, Angel's 2025 season has been a disaster. Her shooting percentage is down, her endorsement deals are drying up, and her social media engagement has plummeted by 40% since January. She's been trying everything to stay relevant, posting workout videos, starting fake controversies, even hinting at a reality show. But nothing's working because everyone sees through it. Drop a comment right now if you think Angel Reese is just chasing clout or if she actually has a legitimate complaint here. The numbers don't lie, and they're absolutely devastating for Reese. Caitlin Clark's jersey sales in 2025 have already surpassed last year's total, and we're only halfway through the season. Her games, even when she's been injured and not playing, are still pulling higher ratings than any other WNBA matchup. The Indiana Fever's social media following has exploded by 300% since she joined. And now, with Sophie Cunningham also on the roster wearing number 8, they're becoming the most marketable team in the league. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's team can't even sell out home games. One recent game had so many empty seats that they actually had to digitally enhance the crowd for the broadcast. That's not a joke. That actually happened. What happened next would shock everyone. After Caitlin's LPGA announcement went viral, reaching over 50 million impressions in just 24 hours, Angel Reese went on a posting spree that had everyone concerned. First, she posted a photo of herself holding a golf club with the caption, "Been doing this." Then she deleted it. Then she posted it again with a different caption. Then she went live on Instagram at 3 in the morning, rambling about how certain people get opportunities because of privilege, without ever saying Caitlin's name directly. The live stream was so unhinged that her own teammates were texting her to stop. One of them allegedly wrote, "Girl, you're embarrassing yourself," in the comments before quickly deleting it. But here's where it gets really interesting. The LPGA deal isn't just about money, it's about legacy. Caitlin Clark is being positioned as the face of women's sports across multiple platforms. Nike is reportedly planning a massive campaign that will feature her in both basketball and golf advertisements, making her the first female athlete to have this kind of cross-sport marketing since Serena Williams dabbled in fashion. The campaign is rumored to be worth an additional $15 million over the next 3 years. They're calling it the Excellence Has No Boundaries campaign, and it's going to launch during the 2026 Super Bowl. That's the kind of generational wealth and influence we're talking about here. Angel Reese's response to all of this has been nothing short of desperate. She recently hired a new PR team, her third one in 6 months, specifically to help her rebrand and find new opportunities. But the damage might already be done. Several major brands that were considering partnerships with her have reportedly backed out after seeing her recent behavior. One marketing executive, speaking anonymously, said, "She's become too much of a liability. Every time she posts, we hold our breath wondering if it's going to be another controversy." Even her own sponsors are getting nervous. Her deal with a major cosmetics company is allegedly under review after her recent social media activity violated their professional conduct clause. The contrast between these two athletes couldn't be more stark. While Angel Reese is having public meltdowns and deleting tweets, Caitlin Clark just quietly announced she's donating a significant portion of her LPGA earnings to youth golf programs in underserved communities. She didn't make a big deal about it, didn't call a press conference, just mentioned it casually in an interview. That's the difference between authentic greatness and manufactured drama. One athlete lets her work speak for itself, the other can't stop screaming for attention. What really sealed Angel's fate was what happened last week at the WNBA Players Association meeting. Multiple sources confirm that when Caitlin's LPGA deal was brought up as an example of expanding opportunities for women athletes, Angel actually stood up and said, "Some of us don't need to run to other sports for validation." The room went silent. Even players who aren't particularly close to Caitlin were reportedly shocked by the pettiness. One veteran player allegedly pulled Angel aside afterward and told her she needs to grow up or get out. The tension was so thick that the meeting had to take a 15-minute break. But the most savage part of all this? Caitlin Clark hasn't acknowledged any of it. Not a single response to Angel's tweets, not a comment about the controversy, nothing. She's been posting videos of herself practicing her golf swing, thanking fans for their support, and promoting her teammates' achievements. Just yesterday, she posted a photo with Sophie Cunningham after practice with the caption, "Iron sharpens iron," and it got more engagement than anything Angel has posted all month. The silence is absolutely deafening, and it's driving Angel Reese insane. Industry insiders are now predicting this could be the beginning of the end for Angel Reese's relevance in professional sports. Her podcast numbers are down 70% from their peak, her merchandise isn't moving, and even her die-hard supporters are starting to question her behavior. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's influence just keeps growing. She's been invited to speak at the 2026 Global Sports Summit. She's launching her own foundation, and rumors are swirling about a potential documentary series chronicling her journey across multiple sports. The gap between them isn't just widening, it's becoming a canyon. The LPGA executives are reportedly thrilled with their investment already. Ticket sales for the upcoming tournament where Caitlin will make her debut have increased by 400%. They've had to add additional viewing areas and hire extra security just to manage the expected crowds. Golf Channel has already announced they'll be providing wall-to-wall coverage, something typically reserved for major championships. One LPGA official said off the record, "This is the best decision we've made in 20 years. She's bringing an entirely new audience to our sport." Meanwhile, Angel Reese's latest attempt to stay relevant just backfired spectacularly. She announced she was starting her own golf content series on social media, clearly trying to ride Caitlin's coattails. The first episode dropped yesterday, and it was painful to watch. She could barely hit the ball, complained the entire time, and at one point actually said, "This is boring. I don't know why anyone watches this." The video has more dislikes than likes, and even golf pros are roasting her in the comments. One PGA player wrote, "Maybe stick to basketball. Actually, maybe don't." Here's what nobody's talking about, though. This rivalry, if you can even call it that anymore, is actually hurting women's sports. While Caitlin Clark is elevating multiple leagues and bringing unprecedented attention to female athletes, Angel Reese's antics are reinforcing negative stereotypes about women being petty and dramatic. Several WNBA players have privately expressed frustration that Angel's behavior is overshadowing the actual basketball being played. One all-star player texted a reporter saying, "We're trying to build something special here, and she's turning it into reality TV." The financial implications are staggering, too. Caitlin Clark's total earnings for 2025, including her WNBA salary, endorsements, and now the LPGA deal, are projected to exceed $20 million. She's officially the highest-paid women's basketball player in history, and she's only in her second year. Angel Reese, on the other hand, has seen her income drop by nearly half compared to last year. Her shoe deal is in jeopardy, her streaming numbers are tanking, and she recently had to cancel a planned merchandise launch due to lack of interest. The market has spoken, and it's brutal. What's really interesting is how other players are reacting. Diana Taurasi recently said in an interview, without naming names, that jealousy is the ugliest look in professional sports. Sue Bird posted a cryptic tweet about celebrating each other's success instead of tearing each other down. Even players who have had their differences with Caitlin Clark are rallying behind her because they recognize what she's doing for the sport. The only person who doesn't seem to get it is Angel Reese, and her isolation is becoming more apparent every day. The truth is, this was never really a rivalry. A rivalry requires two people competing at the same level, pushing each other to be better. What we have here is one generational talent expanding the possibilities for all female athletes, and one increasingly desperate player trying to cling to relevance through controversy and complaints. Caitlin Clark is playing chess while Angel Reese is flipping the board over because she's losing at checkers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we're going to be covering every development in this story, and trust me, it's only going to get wilder from here. The LPGA tournament is coming up, Angel Reese is reportedly planning some kind of response, and there are rumors that Caitlin might be adding even more sports to her portfolio. This is the biggest story in women's sports right now, and you don't want to miss what happens next.